Um, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's show on Pristine TV. Today, we have a very important topic to talk about, and a lot of men of timber and caliber to help us, dissect this topic. Singlehood in the society today, is it a curse or a blessing? What does a single person have to gain or lose? What if you decide not to get married? What is there for you in this society? So, starting from the right, with me and with us here in the studio, is a man of God, a linguist, a journalist, a mass communicator, a man of Krinkum Krankum. And I can't introduce him, so he has to introduce himself. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Godwin Honest Somto Chuku. Welcome to the show today, even though your name, before we finish mentioning it, NEPA might take light, but you're welcome. Thank you very much. All right, and by my extended left, Suzema Rejoice. Rejoice because we have a very big package for you today, a very sweet one, so you have every cause to rejoice. Yes, and the gospel we are bringing your way today, Josiama, is going to be very superb. Okay, by my immediate left, Chidima Icheku. It seems like I know that one, but you're welcome, ma. So myself, I am Icheku Tochukwu Joseph. She removed my name from her name, so but let me add it by myself. All right, so straight to the point. Dear viewers, you can always drop your own comment. What do you think as a viewer watching us from wherever you are? What do you think singles gain or lose? What age do you think they have ahead of the married people? So let's start from Mr. Somto Chuku. Sir, looking at your finger, you can tell that you've been married for some time. And of course, before someone would get married, he must have been single. Singlehood comes before marriage. So you must have tested both waters, both the life of a bachelor and the life of a single. So would you please tell us what these two lives, what they are all about? The life of a single man and the life of a married man.
Well, thank you very much. As a single man back in the days, life was actually a little bit enjoying, but to an extent, the enjoyment had limits.
Okay.
Because there are things I couldn't enjoy as a single man or as a bachelor, which I'm actually benefiting now as a married man. There were just a little of sight of freedom back then as a single bachelor. But now my father used to say when I was a boy, think like a boy. Now that I'm a man, thinking like I'm beginning to see the good part of life.
Okay.
I'm beginning to see the joy for living. I begin to see the brightness of life. Let me put it that way. Because the entrance of my wife, let me put it that way, actually brought in light. And the much enjoyment I always aspired to get. So, life as a single man, I didn't quite enjoy it the way I'm enjoying my marriage now. Because I think getting the best, getting the best, I'm living up to my dreams as a matter of fact.
All right. Beautiful. Yeah, there is a saying that Mr. is mature and responsible while Mrs. is mature, responsible, and submissive. Well, from what you've just said, there are good parts on both sides. Anyway, I'll still come back to you on that. Before then, let me go straight to Mrs. Chidima Icheku. Mrs. She's married. And she's not just married, madam, I believe you have children. You have children. You've been, in fact, you've been to these two areas. And girls often are the people who say, let me enjoy my life now that I'm single. If I get married, some girls see it as prison. Some girls see it as, a restriction to their freedom. So I want to know, tell us, as a single person and as a married person, is marriage actually a prison? Is it a prison? Does it restrict freedom? And would it be better being single or married as a woman?
Your life is you. Now, as a married person, you are restricted to a point because you are answerable to your children, you are answerable to your your husband. Of course, you'll be under that particular person who, let me not say controls you. At least to a point you are restricted. So marriage is a very good experience. There are benefits in it. Yes, you put in resources together. Now, what I can achieve as a single person might take me much time to achieve. But as a married person, my husband is bringing his own, me bringing my own, putting together. What that particular thing might take me, even if it might take me 2 years to achieve as a single person, you find that it will only take me 2 weeks or 1 month because we are two.
Okay.
So it's of great benefits.
The Bible says that two good heads, they're better than one. Sister Ozioma. We've heard what Mrs. Chidima said about marriage restriction and other things. Now, a single person, let's be direct. I have just two questions for you at this in one. A single person, does that person have an edge over the married person? And also, from your own perspective and insight, as both a counselor and educationist, a teacher, would you rather say it's better to be single than to be married, or married than to be single?
afraid of what to answer to anybody because in that situation you seem to have your life to live. Then you have your peace of mind, remembering that you have no answer to give. You are not planning or preparing any answer to give to anybody for any question or to any question. You have your peace of mind. You go to bed, you sleep. You wake up, you are comfortable. You decide that today you don't want to eat. You are not chased into the kitchen. You stay hungry yourself. But then, talking about the marriage, you don't have your life to live. You are now living under somebody who, to a great extent, Mrs. Chidima doesn't want to use the word control. Who to a great extent controls.
Sorry to cut you short. Balance it both male and female. I see that you women, you are just trying to. So please
I want to ask you something.
balance the whole thing.
Okay, let me land.
It's the,
Oh, we're coming there.
Peace of mind.
Let
As a single
As a
person.
single person, you have peace of mind.
yeah.
Ah,
Let
Yes,
me
a
land
wife.
to an extent, like I said. Let me take it from that peace of mind.
okay.
Let's say, okay, where I'm coming from this peace of mind now is, let's say a man gets married to a woman, and then this man expects that next tomorrow they are becoming pregnant and they are giving birth to a child in
Every
the
day.
next 9 months. And then it is not forthcoming.
Okay.
So this woman has nothing to begin to worry about since there is no man expecting. So
Anything.
let me just use that instance so that your mind will start
Okay.
coming down.
Mhm.
Now, let me land it on the side of the woman. As I was saying that this woman is relaxed. You don't want to cook today. Nobody pushes you into the kitchen. You stay hungry on your own. But when you are married, you have somebody you are living for. You are no longer living for yourself. That is, even when you don't want to cook, you will enter kitchen because of that person or those persons, the man and the children. So to a great extent, I value the life of singlehood. Now, and then on the side of the men, like you said, I should balance it.
Balance it.
Of course, being a man, a single man, gives you peace so that if you want to fly to the sky, you can fly to the sky.
and your mother will allow
Amen.
you have that.
To fly without clipping your
Allow you
wings.
to fly.
Let's go. Let's do. That is for the men who still have listening ears to their mother. Because I know that men are more afraid of their wives than of their mother. So you may not sit down if your mother says sit down. But if you want to stand up and remember that your wife will say sit down, you start planning lies to tell that woman because you would not want to sit
How
down.
did you know?
Now,
Right. Have you experienced? Have you
Have you know, we need to be practical. No,
let me
don't put it to me that way.
Okay. Now, for the men, if you want to still, fly around. I once had a man, as his brothers were asking him, is it not high time we get married? He said, any man who has not decided to pack should not marry. So, for the men, if you know that you still want to be testing the waters, it is still better you remain single.
Use the word
Boy, because the person is not a man.
All right,
What
for
makes
The person is not a
the
man.
males,
for the boys,
for the males,
boys,
for the males.
boys.
Okay.
For the males, if it is good that you as a single man, you have your life to live. You decide today you don't want to have any woman in your life. You are free. Like you said, there was a kind of words that you were decided that you were not getting as a
Single
woman.
man.
Because you didn't want to get it from XP except from your wife. But then, the males we are talking about here, the only reason they marry off, that is why I said it once. Some males, the only reason they marry is to have, will I say, certified, not as if
Okay.
that thing they do to have children, they can't have it from elsewhere. So what am I trying to say? Single life Thank you very much.
Okay.
I want to add something.
Okay.
Okay, in as much as single life is good and married life is good, but I believe there are many disadvantages of being single.
Okay.
Now,
We are
boiling
coming. We
it
are
down,
coming
wait,
to that.
I want to boil that down. Boil it down to being free. Do whatever you want to do, especially a male. Do whatever you want to do, fly from one woman to another.
She did
Don't you
not
think
use the word women.
male?
She did not use the word flying from one woman to another. So
No,
that is where we are coming. We are
testing
coming to
water.
that.
Wait, testing
It could
water.
be OG, it
Now,
could be Imo River, it could be Aham, it could be anything.
to bring in
No, we are coming to that. We will drive that home.
I want you to explain.
No.
let's elaborate. Testing situation.
That's in the microphone.
Different waters. Now, don't you think that with the rise of sexual transmitted diseases? Because come on, you're a human being. If you remain single for life, you will be satisfied. You need to be satisfied. So how do you get that satisfaction? Wait, how do you
Wait.
get that satisfaction?
Be calming down.
Wait, no.
No, be
Now,
calming down.
Even if you decide to be single for the rest of your life, now the advantage of being married, at least to a point, you exercise you get a chance of doing what
Legally being.
yes, being married,
You know,
working together with your wife,
legally.
bonding with your wife and your
Legally
husband,
now.
legally. Now, if even the Bible forbids it,
Outside marriage.
outside is fornication.
Okay.
Or even if you want to
All right.
masturbate
All right.
yourself, or even if you want to go the other way around.
All right.
In the face of human and in the face of God, it's a very big sin.
All right. Thank you very much. As I said, we were driving at that because you raised a lot of dust. Yes, which
Disturbing my eyes.
which we will settle. We settle those dusts. You know, let's bring the African perspective in all of this. We don't want to say Christian perspective. Yes, we have both Muslim atheists out there watching us, but let's bring in the societal perspective, and African perspective. A man, of course, who is up to 25, 28, and in fact, there is no girl that is being said that is your girlfriend. The society will be frowning at that particular guy as though he's a gay or he's not normal. Then, like my brother rightly said, mother, the factor of parental influence. Now, in the aspect of flying from one tree to another, you know, don't you think, like you said, that it could lead to fornication, blah, 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 all these stuffs, and STDs? Is sex actually the primary essence of marriage? Let's boil it down. Is sex actually the primary essence of marriage?
Well,
Let's start from him.
sex is part of it to an extent, but it's not actually the primary reason for marriage. But in the African perspective, I think it is the major reason a mother wants her son to get married.
Just to be having. No, wait, you are not putting. Wait. You're not saying the primary essence from motherhood aspect is for her son to be having sex.
Yes, sometimes mothers will ask a young boy, what are you doing inside your house alone? So these are one of the reasons that make them push their children, go and get married. Look for one girl. If you don't know how to look for one, let me get you one. So that you start giving me grandchildren.
Now you have brought in another.
Yes.
So the primary, is it that sex or the children?
What thinks about the children?
It's the sex now.
Sex.
The sex.
Yes.
Exactly.
Before
Okay.
there is good money. So good money must start off the country. How are you? So actually, sex is one of it. Companionship is another one, and there's another thing.
Okay.
Friendship is something part of it too. So
All right, you not say it
I will
all.
not say it
You
all.
will
So
not
it's
say
just
it all.
part of it. It's not.
So okay, to you as a woman, what do you think is the primary essence of marriage?
Oh, the primary essence of marriage should be for companionship.
Companionship.
Definitely.
follows companionship. Companionship. I think that's so. Being if companionship is the primary essence, and like you said, childbearing is also an African perspective. Actually, any couple without 1 year, 2 years, no child, the society will start murmuring. Not just your family, the society. But we know that outside Africa, most people get married not primarily for children.
In Africa here,
Some
some
enlightened.
denominations, Christianity,
uh,
actually there will be a kind of let us after this marriage, we don't want children. Please, I know somebody
Good.
one of the churches that exist in Nigeria here. Once we get married, we don't need children until ah,
all right. Being single is a choice. That is the phrase I want to. Is it a cause? The statement I want to hold on to. Being single is a choice. I'm coming to that. Sister Zioma, what would be your advice looking at the African perspective, the pressure being mounted on not just male, but even on the females? When a female is single and her mates are getting married, there is this pressure from within and from without. The male, in fact, I think the male is even kind of safer than the females in this issue. There's a male, there is an amount of pressure you can give to the male. You just go out, travel out, and forget about coming home. A woman, Of course, in African perspective, it's expected that you must drop your father's name after some years at home. And in African perspective, at least for now, a woman does not have a viable inheritance in her place of birth. So, with women being faced with such discriminations in the name of being single, some will see them as having failed, having done this and that and that. What is your candid advice to one, the singles out there, and two, to the society mounting pressures on the singles out there?
Why am I saying this? Like Mr. Thomas said, somebody said education is not. I also want to believe, according to Apostle Paul, that marriage is not
Okay.
so for you as a lady, you know yourself. You know what you want. You know what you'll be relaxed with, what you'll be comfortable with, what you will be at peace with. Maybe you are more at peace with your single life. Not necessarily because you don't want somebody to control you. But you see yourself that you will be more comfortable. Maybe you will even live longer if you remain
Better.
single
Okay.
than if you get married. Then I would suggest or advise such ladies to do
Or
what
men.
they are comfortable. Sorry, such bachelors
Nice
and
question.
singles to do what they are comfortable with, what gives them its reason. Those people who are mounting pressure on you, they are not the ones going into the marriage. Anything you need in the marriage, you are facing it alone. And if that marriage cuts your life short, they will celebrate your burial, and until they eat rice and drink, they will not leave.
Go.
Or you have gone. So know what you want and don't out of pressure decide to do anything. Especially in this present world, where a woman or a lady we have a man in her life in the name of a companion or even in the name of a husband. Yes, the lady is still responsible for all her responsibilities, even extending to that of the man and his family. So what then is the essence? Is it not better, as Mrs. Chidima said, that you make your money, spend less, and have savings? Instead of you to go, she said the better aspect of it is getting married so that two of you will team together and then
Go a better future.
do raise funds and then venture into things that are more expensive. But then in a situation where you now get to a man who even before you get into the marriage, it is already relying on you. About a man telling somebody he just approached for marriage, please help me fill my gas, not come and collect money and go and help me for use your money and fill. I mean, we have good number of such men. So I would think that if what a woman is looking for in marriage is for a man who will support her financially and otherwise, and then the kind of man you are getting is this like that, you will still be responsible for yourself and be responsible for him. I would that is considering what the woman wants in marriage. Would advise such woman to remain single. At the end of it, use your money, buy house, buy everything you need. If you die, show them where they will bury you in that room. The only difference is for you to make name, and then so that the society will not be looking at you as a failure. But then I don't think a single woman is a failure. Reason: there are many women and married many married women and married men who are into the marriage and crying and wishing they had not gotten married. So my advice is, instead of you to get married and you are wishing you were still single, please remain single.
Thank
Invest
you.
in yourself, invest in your life,
Mm.
live your comfortable life. In as much as that there is an adage that say them, a sheep that has no shepherd strays away. But then, in as much as you are single, you want to live a free life and a comfortable life, you can tame yourself. You can have control for yourself. There are single ladies who cannot stay out after 6 p.m. This is the condition they are giving themselves. They are still more cultured and mannered than most women in marriage. So instead of you to be inside marriage, you have to have plenty more than those outside marriage. It's better you remain single and live your life the way you want to.
Thank you very much. Wow, that is a wonderful one. All right. To you, Mr. Honest. Married people, we have successful ones. We have failed marriages, and someone here made mention of flying from one pillar to post, and of course, singlehood to an extent encourages promiscuity because man no be firewood. Now, in such a situation, a single woman, a single man would always want to satisfy himself. You know, some go to the extent of getting toys and surrogacy, all these things. So, what do you advise a lady or a man who finds himself or herself in such a dicey situation, who is not married and have decided not to marry? What is the way out for him or her?
Well, of course, want them to know that one, marriage is never a guarantee of success. That you are married is not a life certificate that you must be successful. There are many marriages that suffering. Marriage is not the solution to sexual impurity or sexual purity rather. Marriage is not just the last bus stop, like my sister said, a peace of mind. Don't get married to have peace of mind. Honestly, tell ourselves the truth. You don't get married so that you have peace
You
of
come and
mind.
relax.
Once I get married now,
Without you.
Allah, I dare your problem start. Because those who are married, we can come out and tell ourselves problems ranges from one to the other. After solving this one today, another one will come out tomorrow. If you cry today, you cry tomorrow, you keep crying and crying and crying and crying, even up to old age. I was actually looking at an old woman who went from home. I said, Madam, you know the rest, someone who is unique in this world. So she has been nursing children as a married woman, and she's still nursing her grandchildren now. So don't settle yourself that once I get married, I'll have peace. There is no peace in marriage. There is joy in marriage, but put me no peace. Even though the peace comes once in a while, but continuously, or sometimes you discover that the problems surface and resurface and keep resurfacing until you overcome those challenges. Now, to the singles out there, like I just said, don't conclude yet and married last husband. When you're having this issue of impurity or not being able to control yourself sexually, I think the solution is not actually getting married, because you can still get married and be running out. You don't have that control. You can still get married, and one man will not satisfy you. One woman might not be satisfying you. You still go outside. As long as you're eating from one soup to the other, once you get married, it will be a problem to control yourself. The best way to control yourself even before marriage, before getting control yourself in the area of sex, is even to start controlling yourself before marriage.
Yeah.
As a single man or as a single lady, when you are dating one guy, you are not satisfied with that guy. You think of dating another. And then once you get married today,
From
that
Dominic
man,
to John.
you might not be satisfied with him. Tomorrow you look for Emeka out there. Hi, Emeka just said hi. Funny, did you know that I saw one handsome guy today? From that handsome guy, you saw another handsome guy tomorrow. He collected my phone number, he chat. Babe, who is this one? He's just my friend. From friendship, another thing.
But it's a
You
friend
still
boat.
enter him. So the best way is start learning how to control yourself. If actually
Okay.
decided to be married, not to get married rather, learn how to control yourself. Tuck in and zip up as a young man. If your manager cannot find place of rest,
Find it back for you.
yeah, find it back for him. If actually you cannot manage the manager in you, look for another manager. Don't think getting married will be the management. It can never solve the problem. The whole body of the man can be a Christian. The other side never repents. It can
And
never
it will not
repent.
repent.
It will not repent.
It belongs to the world and
Thank
to the
God
man
some
to
kind
God.
of put some pledgement cover so many things, even in content. So you start learning that control as a single. Apostle Paul was able to control himself. That was why he did not actually get married. And some other apostles like that. For those who could not control themselves, my brother, they look for a companion that could help them. After evangelism, they come back from after
Okay.
So you start learning how to control yourself. Don't think once I get married now, and now I'm achieve open all like you was say. You can't achieve the open all when you cannot achieve here as a single lady. That open got now. So the best thing is control yourself. Learn self-control. Know how to really deal with yourself before thinking of settling down. Because once you are settled down with a man, concluded within you, no open or soup outside. No
It
egusi
just goes
outside. No more water, so no more Ajibule River, Imo River, Delta River, River Niger. You've abandoned all those ones. And this one particular man have chosen to stay with.
Wow.
Abstinence.
Abstinence. All right. Thank you very much. Theologically, we would have gone into that St. Paul's, the apostles' issue, who, he said it's not God that said, I am saying this from my own self, if it could be possible. And we know that before Paul repented as Saul, he must have drank a lot of waters. He must have swum a lot of waters to the saturating point. And it could be one of the things that made it easier for him to. He has tested, but for someone who has not even stepped into the life, and we are now trying to cage him to one aspect of life, is it going to be easy for that person? But well, let me take your word that abstinence, all this is about self-discipline. Abstinence till death for those who want to remain single. They can. They can. Because as God have created it, they can, in fact, yes. It is not, it's this seat. All right. Finally, from your side, before we conclude, the singles out there, is there any future for them in the society? Is there any hope for them in African society?
Like our sister said, you being married, being single doesn't change you to achieve what you want to achieve. Right? Now, being married and dedicating yourself to marriage is as good as being single. But what my advice is, marriage is not very good. Marriage doesn't change you. Marriage actually brings you and you. So don't say because I'm married and you didn't work on yourself at the space that you didn't work on yourself while you're single. You just jump into marriage thinking that it will change overnight. Marriage doesn't change you. Rather, it brings out you. So my advice there is work on yourself. Work on yourself. So that once you're married, you make it. Once you're married, you make it not to walk from one place to another or jump from one place to another. You decided to marry, you decided to keep onto one person, which is just marriage. So my advice there is, while being single, you make use of the opportunity to establish yourself, to live your life, and once being married, you can as well achieve more. Because they want to learn at let me use it after one
Peace together. Home, peace.
So how can you marry? Yes, you don't need to live a lonely life when How do you tend to multiply
All
so
right.
being a single life, being
Hmm.
single is good, but you benefit more being married.
Thank you very much. Being single is good, but being married is better. That's what you guys have been saying here all this while. Um, God created man first in the absence of a woman, but the woman was not created in the absence of a man. And theologically, then a woman should not exist outside a man
Theologically.
because the man was there without a woman until God said he was not. God said it is not good for him to be alone. But he had stayed some days before the emergence of a woman,
And God saw it.
and God saw.
Means
So,
God will see what you are doing.
A man can stay some time
So he needed
without a
you to
woman,
have
but a
some-
woman needs a man.
Mm.
But having said that, that is one ideology that makes men think that marriage is helping the woman. Where I am helping.
I don't believe
But
that.
that is
I don't.
balderdash. That is
Personally, I believe
nonsense.
marriage is helping the men.
Marriage, of course, it is not easy for a woman to, abandon her family, her family
Convenience
name,
herself.
everything, and imbibe your own name. They give up more.
Those people are
Anyways, we'll come to that on a very good day. But right now, just get it from us, dear viewers. Don't be single and stupid. You can still be single and responsible and very useful to both yourself and the society. You can be single and achieve as much as you want to achieve. And when you marry wrong, then you better remain single than to marry wrong. Because if you marry wrong, you have already entered one chance. And for Christians out there, marriage is for better, for worse. That's why you must be very careful. You rather remain single than than. We'll talk about that on a very good day. Yes, we'll talk about that. It's a discussion for another day on separation and divorce. That is coming up in subsequent episodes. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow this particular handle, follow us on Facebook. HST Concept is on Facebook, is on YouTube, is on TikTok. That's this man here, is HST Concept. This Splendor Home Enterprise on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube. Follow them for all their knowledge. Sister Rere, not that of the radio, is on all the social media platforms. Follow her. These men and women are loaded with a lot to share with us. Don't be single and stupid. While preparing for marriage, use your singlehood to prepare. But that is why singlehood comes before marriage. It's a time of preparation. Because you don't prepare for marriage in marriage. It is wrong. You cannot do that. You prepare for marriage before marriage. So, enjoy your singlehood, like my Muro will always say. Enjoy it while it lasts and use it to build for tomorrow. Because there's somebody talked about me thing. Me ends in singlehood. The moment you are married, the me, the I, the mine disappears. There's no I, there's no me, there's no mine. It becomes us, we, us. And if you're not ready to us, the we, the us, don't get married. Marriage is not for you. That some have made it their duty that they are not going to get married. You're not a failure. If you are single out there and the world is making you think that you're a failure, you are not a failure. You are still what God has created you to be. Singlehood or singleness will not take you to hell. If you die single and die in Christ, you go to heaven. If you marry 100 and die in sin, you go to hell. In fact, your children can take you to hell. If you don't know, you better know. Your children can take you to hell. They are your first responsibility, your first church, your first parish. Your wife, your husband can take you to hell. So even marriage is risky. It's a dicey game. And you must prepare very well for it. Thank you very much for being there for us today. Always check out for more of our episodes coming up. In fact, every 2 days we are having a lot for you and for others out there. Share this video and always leave your comments, your questions, and your contributions. Any topic you want us to discuss, any question you want us to treat or handle, drop it on the comment section and we'll do justice to that. I remain yours, Ichekuche 80, and with me in the studio today is Mr. Onesum Chichuku, Sister Ozioma Rejoice Mosu, and Mrs. Chidima Ichekuche. I need to put that in Ichekuche, it's very important. You want to go? So thank you. Thank you very much. And please do us a favor. Send your gift. Your life gifts can help us, to do more. You can send us your life gifts to encourage our activities, and the Lord will bless you. Thank you very much. So we'll come again next time. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your gamming. I appreciate your gamming. I appreciate your gamming. Bye. I'll see you next time.